0-0.
Ooh, clunker off the tape. Rafa Hewett will take the break. Another Adidas player playing with that Adidas paddle. He says it's a new one. He likes it.
Yeah, high praise coming from Rafa Hewett, a paddle that he's dialed in with. That's a scary individual on the court. Heavy.
Point.
Rafa Hewett, as far as pickleball is concerned, you know, a lot more experience than the Donald Young, who is relatively newer to the sport.
Point.
But both of these players have an extensive tennis background. Donald Young, more extensive in that regard. But these two players have a very similar play style, very fast, very dynamic.
Side out.
That's a very beautiful cross court from Donald Young. .48% win percentage in singles, not too shabby,
0-3.
considering still new to the scene.
Nice, just touch deep. Donald Young opens up the scoring.
1-3. Point.
Yeah, and we have our first Proton-sponsored player here at this Proton event. Donald Young wielding the new Flamingo. You're looking to get a leg up on your competition.
Three-two. Point.
Adidas panel is going to be a storyline across the board. A couple other players signing with Adidas. That's deep for Rafa Hewett, but Rafa Hewett led the train with Adidas. Federico Staksrud, Mari Hamburg, a couple of athletes that are newly signed to a big brand.
Side out. 5-4.
Young able to take the net, protects the first one. Rafa passes with the second. One-point game.
4-5. Side out.
It's interesting, you know, the lefty oftentimes can have that advantage against the righty, as it's just usually a different look. But when you play against another lefty, it's a new look for you too. There's another forehand from Donald Young. Just less miles and less practice against the lefty, as they are a rarer breed.
Point timeout receiver. 7-4.
Gonna get our first timeout here.
And only timeout thanks to the new rules this year. We're going to step aside with them. More to come from our men's singles round of 32 action in Tucson, Arizona. Okie dokie. Yeah, it was coming from my monitor. That's what we learned. Welcome me back to Tucson, Arizona. with the tennis prowess of Donald Young, former tennis pro, newly retired from that sport, joining us on the Carvana PPA Tour. He's still looking for that breakout performance, though, on the pickleball side of things. Had a dominant performance at the 2024 U.S. Open in mixed doubles, reaching a final there. But what is it going to take for Donald Young, a player, to reach the final on the men's singles side? And does he have that capability, Rob Cassidy?
Yeah, I would say he's on the verge. And, this type of win here against Rafa Hewett would be massive. We've seen Rafa Hewett in PPA finals before.
Right
Being
now,
up 8-4 against Rafa Hewett's a statement in itself.
Working his shots. Rafa Hewett on the ropes with the placement of Donald Young.
Just got to go straight to the shirt change. Beautiful.
That sweeping backhand. A thing of beauty for Donald Young.
9-4. Point.
Game point. Donald Young.
In my matches against Donald Young, he is an elite striker and an elite mover. So, you got to get that ball down. Otherwise, he's taking it out of the air and punishing you for it no matter what.
Donald did make it to the semifinals in Houston last season. And that's another beautiful ball, that time on the forehand side to take the Hewett is made of here in game number 2. Just back.
Zero.
Ooh, had the opening. Sent it into the net. Donald Young on the board first.
1-0.
Wow. It's a nice return, too, from Rafa. A bit short, but had a nice touch to it.
2-0. Point.
Look at this, just to kind of catch our breaths for a moment. This match is flying by. Donald Young is tearing through Rafa Hewett right now, 11-4 in game 1. Just getting it done with vanilla-style play. Nothing too flashy, just elite goodness.
Wow.
Point.
And elite volleys, too. He's got that closing touch. First step, very efficient.
4-0.
Every strike kind of has that finishing blow, killer instinct to it.
Side out. Zero 4. Side out. 4-0.
Ooh, can't have that. But again, that's the type of pressure that the Donald Young movement provides. Not only just with his movement, his positioning, he can be anywhere at any given time.
Point.
Whacks that forehand. Look at the trajectory and the spin. You mentioned it, the lefty does provide that kind of opportunity on the approach. Inside out that time. Donald Young does it all.
He's very comfortable with that Proton Flamingo paddle.
7-0.
Nice piece of
Proton
equipment.
Flamingo. I
that?
played with that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Palm Springs.
Yeah, you got to give it a try. Off and running, 7-0, Michelle.
Oh, tweener attempt, but the world-class movement of Donald Young prevails. 9-0, Rob Cassidy.
And that's our first glimpse that he's capable of playing the cat and mouse as well. He's there for it, does a smart shot with it, puts Rafa in a really tough situation.
9-0.
9-0, game 2.
Side
It's a
out.
nice shot. Rafa Hewett. We'll see what he has left in the tank. Down a game and in a 9-point hole in game 2.
0-9.
Even in that moment for Donald Young to find out if that ball's staying in or not.
Point.
Or has he just opened a colossal window for Rafa Hewitt?
1-9. Point.
Feels like Rafa hasn't even had the chance to get fired up yet here.
2-9. Point. Three 9.
Wow.
Side out.
Dipping drop from Donald Young. Perfect angle, perfect touch, perfect spin.
9-3. Side out.
Held.
Three 9.
Heavy drive from Rafa Hewett, slowly but surely working his way back in the match.
It's the best one we've seen yet. Just a great line.
4-9.
Back to it. Way too much. You mentioned earlier, Michelle, the altitude potentially playing, you know, a role in these matches. The ball does fly a little further. Oh!
Nice.
Side out.
Rafa Hewett can hit that shot better than anyone. Low from his ankles, whips it down the line on the backhand side.
4-9. Side out.
One step forward and a couple steps back for Rafa Hewett. Donald Young in the closing stretch needs two to take it.
9-4.
Survives the serve and gets it back. Rafa Hewett.
Winner of this one most likely would get Jaume Martinez-Vic. Grand Slam finalist this season. Nice heavy driving work from Rafa Hewett. You've called it early, Rob, at 9-1. Most people wouldn't have suggested that was a comeback moment, but you did.
Hey-oh.
Side out.
What is it that you know about Rafa that we don't?
Yeah, I mean, he's always a fighter, whether he's there or not. He's in the fight. But, that window could be closing as Donald Young took a colossal timeout
Match point.
to take back control. Match point.
Ooh.
And then it goes. Donald Young takes it in 2 in 19 minutes time. Donald Young moving on to the round of 16. What a performance. That Flamingo Proton paddle treating him well.
Yeah, he's dialed in with the equipment, and he's dialed in with his game. Donald Young, that's what we expect from him. He is a textbook player, and he gets it done. So looking forward to see what else he can tear up down the road.